Hello everyone, we are just getting a stream set up right now for a Summit der Langrisser match. I know, it's been a long time since we've heard from Old Kong. Thanks to holidays and whatnot. Well, holidays aren't technically over yet, as we are smack in the middle of some Lunar New Year celebrations. But Summit der Langrisser waits for no man, so here we are. I'm just going to get the chats up and running so I can say hi to y'all as soon as y'all tune in. And this is going to be the semifinal match between Zansin and BGuy. So it looks like the players are getting ready. I'm pretty much ready. I'm just going to post my link here in main court and whatnot. While waiting for them to send and accept their friend requests. And it looks like they are ready to go. So let's get this little screen hide off. We will spectate Zansin since he's the first one who pops up on my friend list. And of course, let me know in the chat how it sounds. There should be some game sound. There should also be some Kong sound. So, BGuy banning out the Z2 first, which is of course always a smart play. It does open up Zansin to allow him to get his Gintoki out on the field. Zansin actually leaving up Zarada and banning BGuy's Gintoki as well. So we have SP Matthew in both boxes. Zansin actually running Kagura here. And other than that, both boxes looking to be some version of a meta box. BGuy has Emperor Lovina. Really good in this current meta with Watham and Matthew, Lightbringer, Zarada. So BGuy as player 2 is going to go with the first pick Lightbringer. Give him a little bit more staying power, a little bit more resistance to Zansin potentially opening up the assault here. The other side of the top 4 ding is Absoul and Lukcid. Although, given the fact that Lukcid's account is no longer Lukcid's, I have a feeling he won't be playing that match. So Absoul probably... I don't know exactly what the rules... Well, I mean, Lukcid can't play Buddy's account, so I'm assuming Absoul's going to advance to face the winner of this match. Alright, so BGuy getting out his Adank Elmo works really well with a tank. Unless I'm blind, I'm not seeing McLean in BGuy's box. McLean, another really nice option here. Yeah, this is both the banner Elmos, the Dank Elmo and the Tank Elmo. I don't think finals will be today. It'll really be up to, I guess it'll be up to the winner of this match to schedule with Absoul to, basically to schedule when they want that match to happen. It could be soon, but I think they have like a week window to decide when to play. So Raymond, the way this works, this is a community organized tournament, so even though they're playing Apex, it's not on the windows dictated by Zlong Games. They basically schedule the matches between the players, and then they can log in and play whoever they want, whenever they want. The Absoul versus Lukcid match did not already happen. I don't believe they played it, but something happened with Lukcid and Lukcid's account to make that so that game basically isn't going to be happening now. So Absol will be advancing regardless. So Zansin picking up some nice rangy options here. Very offensive, aggressive box. SP Matt can get in and engage. Lucretia, obviously, lots of range on her. Lostum, nice on this map to be able to get in. Lostum's a little bit trickier to use here with the tank deployed, but he does have his one guard ignore skill that he can use as long as he is within the right range, or depending on what troops he brings. And BGuy getting a nice setup here to support his tank. So he has the option of picking Sissy as a healer if he wants to here. IBC is good behind a tank as well. She can offer some sustain. She can also speed up units like a Dank Elmo. This Rosenseal on Zansin's side. It's interesting that he's not going with the Sissy summon to help boost Gintoki. That's a sneaky move you can do if you have her to basically bring in a summon and sacrifice it, which automatically triggers Gintoki's act again. And then she can cast her own act again to give you basically 2 more units in the action. Looks like he wanted Rosenseal here instead to help weather some of the Adank Elmo AoE storm, and also resist against D-Heart stuns, for example. Yeah, that's right, Raymond. This is a community-organized tournament. This is the Summit der Langrisser. So basically, it was open to whoever wanted to register. I think it must have opened a couple months ago now. It was before Christmas anyway. And so there was like 100 people who registered, I think, and then it's basically a tournament format with elimination, and we're down to the top 4 already. Now, normally I would say, like, Elmo and Lavina here give BGuy a lot of AoE flex if needed, but with Zansin's deployed team here, I don't think BGuy's going to really want to or need to flex to AoE, especially with Rosenseal kind of putting a damper on that. He'll be able to basically just do straight single target. Zansin doesn't have a tank, so he's going to have to rely on drawing first blood to keep the advantage here. But BGuy has several strong single target units where if Zansin opens himself up positionally, BGuy will be able to snipe and take out the key units, if possible. Do we know when Awakener is coming to Global? She should be coming out like 5 or 6 months after she came to China, so what is it? It's the month after the collab? Whatever that works out to being on the schedule. I don't have my browser open right now to double check. But it'll all be following the schedule. There won't be any real surprises. So we are getting the usual Protag buff AoE Matt. We've also got the Empire buff on Rosenseal here. Zansin did bring the Sandseas. So if he wants to ignore guard, he's going to have to do it within 2 range, not 3 range. We have a little bit of an AoE single target mix Lucretia here, and we have a typical Sandseas Gintoki as well. And we do have 3 Cav units on BGuy's side. This is a single target Lavina. We've got the Guardian Infantry here on the tank. And it is a full, more or less a full single target. I mean, her 3C's an AoE. But she's got her single target, or is this her 3C? Whichever one. She's got Fireball to help counter Gintoki, and him being double infantry kind of helps her out on that front. Yeah, he's got Strike. Zansin not going to be rushing in on turn 1. He's reserving Matthew for now and lost him to see what BGuy's positioning is going to look like later on in this turn. But I don't think he's going to be in too much of a rush. I'm not sure if my mic is strong enough to pick that up, but I hear angry Dobermans in the yard. I should have my headset on, so I can hear what's going on more than just hearing Dobermans. Alright, BGuy taking some of his time there to plan out where he was going to use his guard. I suspect he was counting Zansin's tiles and trying to figure out what he thinks Zansin's move is going to be. But using like 80 seconds of backup time on the first turn to kind of get the lay of the land for everything your opponent can do, not exactly the worst thing as long as you're not trying to do that every turn, wasting time every turn. So now if BGuy has Zansin's ranges committed to memory here now, may be able to save some of that backup time for later in the game. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, D-Hard is really good in these situations in general. But unfortunately, he only has half of his weaponry available to him right now. Getting a faction buff on D-Hard is nice. But that D-Hard will be able to get a kill, but then no stun afterwards, which is kind of disappointing. It's always nice to be able to kind of get that utility stun afterwards. Nothing to speed boost this lost him. No accelerated aid or IVC boost or anything like that. Alright, BGuy pressing up front a little bit to splash those teleport portals out there. Probably not worth sending D-Hard out just for this Rosenseal. I mean, I guess that's a decision BGuy has to make. Rosenseal does still have a couple of jobs she can do. She's got the Empire buff for Lucretia. Miracle always handy. Okay, not wasting it yet. He did catch a breeze there. So that gives him some options. It would be nice if D-Heart had the room to be able to kill someone and then retreat back into the portal. But he doesn't currently. Alright, Zansin's going to make his move and open things up with the old SP Matthew can opener technique. Decent AoE. Back to not quite safety. D-Heart or Annie could take that thing out now. But we got lots of nice debuffs up and no true healer on BGuy's side. So splashing some debuffs and general AoE damage on this team is a good leg up for Zansin. Okay, Annie actually not able to get that kill. So she teleports back to safety. That is within range for Lostum to guard ignore her and the troops to join in the attack. So Lostum could potentially target this. Now, does BGuy want to send in his whole D-Heart? A whole ass D-Heart just to finish off this little scrappy Matt. I think he definitely wants Matt off the board, though. Because with that rewind, the time travel technique, he knows there's another AoE just like that one coming next turn if he doesn't kill it. And D-Heart is right now his best bet to kill it. So D-Heart would be in range to kill that and retreat back into the portal, so that is something possible for BGuy. Zansin wants to keep his real weapons available to retaliate depending on what happens here. BGuy still processing. The more time he takes to think, honestly, the more I think it plays into Zansin's hands here. Although when Matthew dies, if he does go down this turn, that will trigger Gintoki's act again, and I'm not sure he has anything available that he could do that would be useful right now. Okay. Pretty good defensive play there to get the Annie out of Lostum's guard ignore range. Although it does put Lavina in guard ignore range, but he does have a revive, so that's not the end of the world. I wonder if she would counterkill that Lostum. presumably she's on Dropnir and she's got these Warlocks. So he goes for the Guard Ignore attack on the D-Heart without the Sandseas. And it actually almost killed even without help from the Sandseas. That was an interesting gamble. Yeah, I actually had an unfortunate string of a lot of time away from streaming just because I had, like, I went on vacation, I went over to Europe, and then right when I came back, I had, like, the Christmas vacation, and then I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things here now. So yeah, unfortunately, lost him. Unfortunately for Zansin, lost him goes down there. IBC actually able to fully finish him off, no problem. And it was thankfully right within portal range. She didn't even have to do anything fancy. Right back to base. So that was a bit of a gamble that did not pay off for Zansin. D-Heart still, of course, alive and well. And like I mentioned, he should be able to teleport back. After killing this Matthew as well. So lost him is down for nothing really in exchange. So let's see if Gintoki's going to be able to carry this match now. BGuy will still have turn priority thanks to this forced act again on Gintoki. Okay, so we have D-Heart still has his skill up. IBC has a skill. Lavina has a skill. All three of them horses. She's got Fireball still, so we've got 4 decent counters to Gintoki here. If BGuy's able to combo this thing down, then he's in decent shape. So that's the first punch in this 1, 2, 3, 4 punch from BGuy. Everyone able to go right back to the safety of this Lightbringer too, so no one's even being left out dangling for Zansin to pick off with Lucretia. Bringing Gin back to safety to maybe use him to greater effect another day. I've seen Gintoki carry some hard matches, but carrying against a full 5 team with a tank seems like a tall order. It's kind of like a fully activated Oboro situation. Like, no matter how powerful the unit is, you can't run him into several units that can just combo him down. Yeah, the turning point was really that lost him assassination attempt on D-Heart. I was actually surprised at how close it was, given the fact that the soldiers didn't attack. Alright, so Zansin giving himself a little bit more of a damage cushion here with that AoE. Hoping to reduce the effectiveness of BGuy's units with some sweet debuffs. And just putting some damage out to make Gintoki's job a little bit easier. So she doesn't have her act again to close ground. She's got broken legs anyway. Annie is pretty debuffed. Damage dealt down. She's going in for the engage anyway. She does kill the puppet. It eats Fireball, but that's okay. Fireball will come back up pretty quickly. And she's back into the portal. Let's see if he's going to risk sticking Gintoki's neck out for another AoE here. He is. That kills the Annie, and again, almost kills this D-Heart. That's twice that D-Heart has survived with a little sliver of hit points. That's okay. D-Heart's not a huge threat right now anyway. With the Annie gone, IBC can reach. Yeah, so open with that. Wind Wall saves the day there a little bit. Is Gintoki now in Lavina killable territory? I'd say probably, given the fact that he's double horse with Sword Soul. But Zansin can heal him up or get him out of town. Alright, opting for the heal. Gintoki in slightly better shape here now. If BGuy makes this attempt with Lavina and doesn't get the kill... Okay, he does get the kill. Now, is Lucretia going to be able to carry this whole match without the puppet? Seems like a tall order. BGuy can basically move his entire team up. She's still guarding, so that's fine. Zansin will have turn priority here, but what's he gonna do? Try to take the first life off Lightbringer. Easy. And now weather the storm against 3 DPS units. If BGuy wanted to, I mean, she doesn't have skills, he doesn't really... Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Pretty convincing win for BGuy there. Alright, let's tune back in for game 2. DC, if you're in the chat, is this a best of 5 or is this a best of 3 still in the semis? Like, is best of 5 only for the finals? Best of 3. That's what I thought. Yeah, the people on my stream who are used to my streams are used to seeing way more Toma Hashiba than this. That's why I'm long eliminated from Summit der Langrisser, and these guys aren't. So let's see. We are on the desert map. Let's see if either player is going to make some changes. I would say yes. Right, BGuy bringing up his own Kagura. He also brings up another Act Again healer. Zansin dropping one of his healers to bring up Cherie. A little bit of dynamic potential there. I do not know if Zansin's Cherie is a Scepter of Divinity Cherie or not. Alright, so Zansin banning Lightbringer first here. Doesn't want to have to deal with the tank in this match. BGuy sticking with the first ban Z2. He's also getting rid of Gintoki. Zansin opening up with Waitham instead. Old school meta. Waitham's still really good. In my my ranking in Apex Arena, I'm used to seeing people going with one of the big three first pick every time, just because they're still learning and getting used to the new units. Alright, so BGuy is getting the Gintoki plus Sissy Wombo combo. That may be another reason he brought up Liana, just to give him another option for getting a summon to help enable Gintoki if he was planning on picking him first this game. Zansin going with Matthew again. I was watching Capo and Freed stream in main chord last night, and Capo's Matthew one-shot the opponent's Clotaire with the AoE. He charged in, did his little dive bomb AoE, and wiped them off the board. Very entertaining. That was somewhere in the gold ranks, though. Not sure how well built that Clotaire was. I agree, Zeno. Alright, so we're getting Gintoki and Kagura here. Fun. I'm currently sharding my Kagura slowly. She's 4-star right now. Slowly sharding her up, right from 3. So she'll be ready in a couple months. I was really debating whether to build her or not. I had kind of committed to not building her. But then we got the news of Awakener coming out with a Heroes of Time faction buff, and she's Heroes of Time, so it's a little bit of a boost. And then we've got the news of SP Leon coming out with his Cavalry aura, and she's Cavalry, so that's another little bit of a boost. So I don't know, I think there's a lot of things at play that could potentially make Kagura stay good. I mean, obviously she's really good now, and we're going to get to see a little showcase of Kagura with both players putting her on the field now. Okay, and that's Cherie making her appearance. Brought her up from the side box just for this, 5th pick. Let's see what she does. Pretty scary, aggressive box from BGuy this time without getting his tank first pick. He's opting for Violence instead. So IBC can boost Gintoki, obviously. We've got the double act again potential here from Sissy. No Rosenseal on Zansin's side, so D-Heart is in play for the kill and stun combo. And the players are going to be choosing their soldiers, skills, and positioning right now, so we'll just have to wait while they do that. Oh, choosing their covenants too. Thank you, Loomis, fighting the good fight against Betty in the chat for me. I wasn't really going to touch that one. Avengers' covenants are the gods, so like Thor, Odin, Frigg, Freya, Heimdall, Balder, so far. Most players at this level that Zansin and BGuy are at will have most of their gods mostly unlocked, so with the stats all stacking, the main difference you're getting is going to be the actual, like, main stats that you get from the god you choose. And it's hard to imagine either of these players with these loadouts having something other than Odin deployed right now. Okay, so we do have the Gargoyles and Air Slash on this Watham, so thanks to positioning, he is able to engage, and he'll be able to reach and pick off this D-Heart on turn 1. That's a classic Watham move. Without hesitation. Alright, what else do we got here? Alright, we have mass attack on this single target Lucretia now. He's got the horny Cherie skin. Why can he do this? Well, it's a good old-fashioned Watham trick. With Spirit Boots and Flying Troops, he's able to move 5, and then he throws down his Alhazard sword. Spirit Boots lets him move 2 more after that. And then that's when his act again after the sword starts, so he can then move 3. That gets him into range, depending on positioning. Like, BGuy did smartly play back. He just kind of gambled on the positions. If you have a character on your team who has a revive, you can kind of hope that the only one he can reach is the unit with the revive. Like 1550 attack on this Cherie. Cucumber, welcome to the stream. You doing all right? Absoul, not Scepter. Okay. Absoul scoping out his potential opponent here. But just because it's not Scepter now doesn't mean it won't be Scepter when or if Zansin fights Absoul next. It's all part of the prep mind games. Well, Zuko, based on what people in main court are saying, I mean, the name on the account changed, which, with playoffs coming up, doesn't always necessarily mean anything. Like, when I logged in and I saw that, I just assumed he changed his name for some reason. But people on main court recognized the name from SEA servers. Apparently, that's the name of a heavy-spending player on SEA. So everyone assumes that Lukcid sold his account to this SEA guy. And now, basically, where that leaves us is we are not sure. Like, does Lukcid have another secret account somewhere that he's playing on? Because the NeverSid account was Never's account, I think. That's, like, what people are kind of taking for granted, given the name. So what happened to Lukcid's original account? Maybe he's still playing on that one. I don't know. Some people had his original account friended, so they'll be able to say more definitively than me if it's still there, or if it's inactive, or whatnot. Anyway, that's all we know from speculating on main court about Lukcid. Alright, Kagura kills that Waitham, not surprising. Kagura basically kills whatever she wants to. But that's the trade, so Zansin got to eliminate D-Heart, get him off the board right away. At the cost of his Waitham. And then he gets to finish off that Kagura as well. Supa Dupa, I do not believe that we need to worry about when to register for TSDL anymore, because last I heard, Season 10, which is this current season, is the last season of Summit. So I'm not sure if that means Summit is being 100% completely retired, or if that just means Death Crystal is not going to be running it anymore, and maybe someone else will pick it up in some other form in the future. But in general, there would usually be an announcement either on Discord. I usually put out a video or like tagged something onto one of my Should You Summon episodes saying, you know, go register for Summit. And there's a landing page for it on Wikigrisser as well. So if Summit does come back somehow, in some form, those are the channels that you can hear about it. Alright, Matthew's going to make his move here now. Got a little bit of defensive train to help boost his mobility. Easy to hit the last remaining 3 anyway with this dive bomb. At least BGuy does have an actual healer this time. Yeah, Zeno, I think I'm... Part of my brand is chill, low drama, but I definitely don't have the appetite to run a whole tournament. That is a lot of work. I don't think people really fully understood how much work like Straw and Dango and DC put into this tournament. Yeah, Jagger, part of the reason it feels long is because we had the big holiday break in there, so there was a period of a couple of weeks where no one was playing. Okay, Sherry gets to make her move here. Easy kill on the trooper. Okay, Siri. Thanks for your help there. Alright, now BGuy is going to be relying on Gintoki to hard carry this game, which, with a Lucretia and a Kagura waiting in the wings, very unlikely. Very unlikely to happen. That would be kind of funny, Taffertier, to have an AI sidekick to co-cast these games with me. Zansin moving up with impunity. That's a good point, Loomis. Awesome. Let us know how it goes, Octavia. Is it going to be a open registration tournament, or is it going to be limited, kind of invitational with 16 players? Like, what's it going to look like? I like signing up for tournaments and then getting instantly eliminated. Alright, Kagura's safe. Zansin now has a 1-2 punch combo. Well, technically a 1-2-3 punch combo with Matthew here. Although I'm not sure how much he counts. But all that matters is to somehow get Gintoki off the board here. I think running a tournament is easy on paper until you add in all the other people that you have to manage. Especially if it's more than like 8 people. If you have to somehow wrangle like 150 people, schedule them, make sure they get all their matches done, make sure they get everything submitted, wrangle streamers, that's what makes it hard. Not so much the actual, you know, the organization of the tournament itself. Alright, so this best of 3 is going to Game 3. Winner take all here. And we're back on the Winter Hideaway. Let's see if we get any more changes to these boxes. BGuy fairly easily taking Game 1, and then Zansin almost as easily taking Game 2. And Zansin giving us a nice little show of what that Kagura is capable of. Although, to be perfectly honest, that game seemed like it was pretty much in the bag right from the start. Like, right from that Watham first kill on D-Hart off the starting line, BGuy was kind of working to come back from that. And it was basically trading down in Zansin's favor for the rest of the match, so pretty tough to come back from something like that. I'm sure these guys have ways of doing that, but that's over my head. Okay, so these players deliberating about their side boxes for a bit more this game. Last game we had the changes locked up around the 60-second mark. Kind of going down to the buzzer here. Okay, here we go. BGuy is transitioning to full AoE, so he did carefully rejig this box. Kagura, D-Hart, lost him, and that Liana are out for an Ares, a Clotaire, and a Julian. We've also got a Tejas here with Teleport to potentially facilitate this strategy. Zansin brought his Elwyn up. BGuy as player 1 with first pick Clotaire. Let's see. Zansin didn't bring his Rosenseal back, so he's stuck picking Sissy first to potentially try to deal with this. Julian is already out of here. Z2 already out of here, but that does leave BGuy with lots of really tasty AoE rush options. We've got Matthew, we've got Ares. This Ares. You know, potentially a Dank Elmo as well. So, I mean, BGuy's going to be able to follow up Clotaire with at least one something. He's going to be able to follow up with something. And Zansin needs to really concentrate on his banning here to make sure that BGuy can't follow up with multiple somethings. He does ban the McLean, so McLean is not able to clog up this map and slow down the rest of BGuy's rush. Yeah, Avengers Sword of Light and Shadow is a very common first or second ban. She's a scary unit who works well in multiple different types of teams. So she's scary in BGuy's type of team here because she can teleport in and follow up with another AoE. She's also scary in most single target based boxes or strategies as well, so given that she's so versatile, you definitely see a lot of people banning her very early. Well, Zansin does have a healer and a Gintoki. He does have that disposable troop to facilitate the double act again strategy. So he needs to be able to weather the storm here and then hope for a decent retaliatory carry or something. Okay, so we're getting Lovina. Lovina is a rush facilitator as well. He can move some units forwards to help them join in, jump in on the rush. He's also got a big AoE. He's got a revive. Pretty good play for BGuy to get player 1 and then, you know, swap over to AoE for game 3. It is a total strategy change. Maybe put Zansin on his heels, although that's not to say Zansin hasn't fought against this kind of AoE rush many times in the past, so it's not like he's not used to it. It's something he's practiced against. He has a kind of a game plan for it. We'll just have to see how it works out for him. Alright, Zansin's sticking to his guns here. So he's getting Tejas as well for the teleport. Tejas can join the rush and single target someone down. Or she can send someone else in. And then we have Epsilon here who can kind of hang back, get shielded up, get his stacks up, and come in as a sweeper after this rush. Zansin with lots of really strong single target threats here. BGuy honestly doesn't have like another big explosive AoE threat after this Clotaire who can come in right away and explode at the exact same time. Like, the scary thing usually about a Clotaire is another unit who can follow up and hit the entire team next action, which Annie can't do because she needs to set up her portals. Lavina can't reach turn 1 unless he's getting teleported in by T-Jess, but that just exposes him to one of Zansin's big single target threats. So, other than Clotaire, we're looking at units who need, like, next turn setup in order to go in. So Zansin may be hoping to take advantage of that slight kind of staggered rush potential to allow him to kill BGuy's units. These are all kind of single target killers, and as long as he's in decent shape on turn 2, then Zansin has a chance of turning this around. I mean, the obvious thing to mention here is we're all kind of taking for granted what we see most often, which is a turn 1 Clotaire explosion. But there's nothing to say that that BGuy has to send Clotaire in first thing on the first turn. Obviously, if he doesn't, then Zansin's going to be able to spread out, and that makes BGuy's initial AoE opener less impactful. So I'm just saying it's an option for BGuy if he knows he has to set up for turn 2 engage, not to waste the Clotaire right away. But that has its pros and cons. If he doesn't do that, then Zansin can set up, spread out, and mitigate. Yeah, he is going to go for it. So the real key here isn't so much like how much damage this Clotaire does. It's what the rest of BGuy's team can do after this. Right. So he did bring Mass Heal. Zansin just cleans up this Clotaire first. What that does is it takes away teleport beacon for this T-Jess, so she can't jump right to it and single target kill someone. That might give Zansin a little bit of breathing room to get these units healed up to face what's coming next. So she's single target. He has faction buff, so that's something for him to do other than go in right now. She's single target with teleport as well. Accelerated aid on that Epsilon. Now, BGuy is running into the problem that everyone in the chat talked about while this ban pick was happening. He has to figure out what he's doing that's threatening right now. Okay, so he'll get a portal set up. T-Jess did bring Fireball, yep. Okay, here comes that heal and cleanse. Zansin clogging up the middle here a little bit. just hoping to keep any potential T-Just teleport a little bit further away. You can't really clog up the portal itself by standing on it. If someone stands on the other portal, it'll just teleport you to one of the adjacent tiles here. So this is what's happening. The rest of BGuy's team is just getting ready for the next turn. Which is the weakness of that insta-Clotaire at the start, because Zansin basically gets reset here now. It's like that Clotaire never existed. It's like he never came to battle. Now you've got a 4-on-5. Fortunately, Avengers, we already know what the next 5 or 6 months of Langrisser updates look like. Everything that happens in China, the Chinese servers are 5 or 6 months ahead of us, and everything that happens in those servers just gets ported straight over to global, on rails. I mean, ideally, Taffertier, BGuy wouldn't have brought a bunch of units that needed boosters. So, I mean, that's part of the thing. These 3 units are all boosters in their own right, in some way or another. So I think during that ban pick, he did have SP Matthew available to him for second pick, who would have been the only other kind of legit turn 1 engage behind Clotaire. The only other one he had left, anyway. Julian was banned. Yeah, Avengers, you can go to wiki. I think, is it wikigrisser.com? Or no, it's wikigrisser.news, something like that. Whatever the new Wikigrisser is. Wikigrisser Next. Wikigrisser-next.com. They have a news section. You can click on the news tab and basically scroll down. It'll show you all the banners and all of the little content updates and events that will be happening over the next several months. Yeah, chat's got your back. Yeah, here comes the Lostum. And that's Lavina's first life down, and he's stunned. So Clotaire dead, Lavina basically dead, and all that we have on Zansin's side is a little bit of damage on some of his units. Gintoki is full health and activated. What BGuy was thinking, to be honest, I think he got locked into that mindset of that opening AoE rush. Like, obviously he brought up all those rush units from his side box. So I think he got tunnel vision on that strat, He got his Clotaire out first, but then he didn't... unless you mean... Yeah, if you mean, like, with that specific play, yeah, I don't know. Anytime you, like, go in and have to turn and run back. Okay, BGuy knows. That all fell apart from underneath him with that last couple moves there. And I guess that means, since this is a best of 3, that Zansin takes it. Both Girls in the Shell EOL skins here on them. Zansin takes this one. He's going to move on and face Absoul in the Grand Finals. I'm not sure when that is. It's going to be up to Zansin and Absoul to schedule it. But I'll be streaming that one too. Back in the biz. Isn't it you, Absoul? I thought it was you. I thought it was you. I think it is you. Yeah, so I'll be streaming that one whenever it ends up being. We'll find out in the Summit der Langrisser Discord server. But excellent round of applause for BGuy for making it this far and for putting up some entertaining matches for us. Great try, great first match against Zansin. Anytime you have to fight someone like Zansin, it's like, you know, you deserve credit for showing up. So thanks to both players for providing us with some great entertainment this evening. Thanks to you all for showing up in the chat and watching my stream with me. It's good to be back. It's been a long time on vacay, but I'm back in action now. Right in time for there to be no more tournament matches to stream. So I guess normal Apex playoffs are coming up, so I'll be able to stream some playoffs as well. So yeah, stay tuned. Streaming's back on the books, and I'll catch you in the next one. Happy Langrissing, everyone.